Hey everybody, how is it going? I just got in from mowing. So I decided to go live for a little bit. It gave me a little bit of energy. So I decided to take advantage of that. Finally I had not mowed for like a couple weeks. So hey, crazy mom. Candace, been wondering about where you are. I know why you haven't been around, but hey, Lucy, I saw your email and I emailed you back. Hey, Luminous, Burning Springs. Hey, Virgo Angel. Rhonda. That's for you, Rhonda. Oh, geez. Congratulations to Crazy Mom for being today's wiener. Hey, Adele from New Zealand. Jenny, there you are. There you are. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Is this the only video that killer looks that I have? Mm. Okay. Yes, this is the one that we're going to be checking out today. Damn, killer. It's so good. All right. I say that because that's what it says at the beginning of all his videos. You read Gypsy Rose's cards, right? She is pregnant. I don't think I did a reading if she was pregnant or not. I'm trying to think. But that whole thing, yeah, that's so crazy. That's ridiculous, dude. Thank you, Sunshine. I might have because I'm trying to remember. I definitely felt she was pregnant. I know that. Well, thank you, Sunshine. Hey, Wilma. Hey, Hubs. Robin, Lynn's, Hair Curlers and Crime. So, yeah, I just posted, let me pin the link to Killer Looks video that will be going over today. If you're not like subbed up to him, you probably definitely should be. He's interesting to listen to, and he does well putting things together. Things that it takes way a lot of time. Me and Fred. Well, hey, Froggy. Oh, really? How did that go? Um, Froggy? Fred, because he's in a meeting, but I see he's kind of watching anyways. Oh, that's awesome, killer or hair curlers in crime. I guess something about he talked about today about how Fred, when he was doing recording Don Wells, like that he heard a laugh come over the recording device that he was using, given to him by law enforcement. And he had to play it off, but it really kind of, made him nervous at the time because he thought he was going to get like, Don was going to call him out, but law enforcement was listening at this as it live as Fred was recording. Now there was some recording that had seemed to just erase, but I think that they were able to recover a lot of that. So from his understanding, thank God, but Nerdy hit a jammer of frequency while trying to drone the area. You think maybe it was a frequency or something? I don't know. You wouldn't think that would happen on a recording device because it was. Fred said it looked like a regular recorder. He has a strong accent, Rhonda. It's all right. Let's go ahead and just get started and start listening here.
The killer. And the killer is 10. You already know what time it is. Clock in and clock in. That brother school will begin.
Damn, killer.
Damn, killer.
Couple
Hey, that girl.
back, I had to be continued when we was working from that. I had to go to work while I'm off. We're going to pick up where we left off. And I was asking y'all to listen to me speak. Where we were. Killer host. All the fans got to see the recent interview TBI released on June 14th in the Summer Wells case. Summer Wells was 5 years old when she went missing from the Ben Hill Road area of Rogersville, Tennessee on June 15th, 2021. I thought that it was interesting. By the way, TBI releasing the 3 years since update on June 14th, where they trying to tell us something. Also,
that is a very interesting. Very interesting. What's the word? Observation about the 14th. That is true. They did release it a day early. Were they trying to tell us something, or maybe kind of maybe jar, some people, be like, why, kind of just mess with them a little bit, because maybe see my? How do you see my chest? I have it high up. But thank you. I guess. um Yeah, Michelle, we're checking it out here, but that is interesting though, because there was Fred says that too about the 14th, that there was some and weird things said by particularly Jody, Sue, and Andy that made him think that something could have happened the 14th, and some other things tend to line up too, like Dudley saying on the 14th, Don looked like he had lost his best friend or whatever he said. I'm not offended by Jamie's comment. I was just like thinking, because I even was like thinking, should I go live in this? And that's why I put it up high, because it is a bathing suit. I was just out mowing, so. Hey, Suzanne. Who said New Summer? Who said it was New Summer Wells information? It's a New Summer Wells video. New Summer Wells video, not information. It's just going over information that has already been out there.
So, in that interview, Josh Melton, Assistant Director of the Criminal Investigation Division. Let me repeat. Criminal Investigation Division. Talked about focusing on 3 things moving forward.
We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area or technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead.
Focus on ground searches. Focus on vehicles.
How do you know it's just more bullshit on his? How do you know? Have you watched it? Are you Don Wells, Mr. Drink a Lot? That sounds like it. Totally sounds like him. Your channel made in 2020. All right, let's keep going. If you don't, you don't have to be here and listen to it. You know what I mean? Obviously.
It may have drove through the Ben Hill Road area and focused on the technology that had been used to give them an investigative lead. I was impressed an interview. And this is just a couple things about Killer's Dome. Focus on technology. It may have been used. This told Killer keep his eyes peeled for any technology used in or around the home.
Technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead.
Now, Josh, right after this, that they are continuing to turn over rocks they didn't know needed to be turned over.
Continue to try to find ways to turn over rocks that we didn't even know that were there to turn over.
This final clue told Killer and none of us looking for. And I laid out the equation. I came across someone who met all the qualifications. And Killer said, "What the fuck is right there? Right across from the well's front yard. The overbays. They would have been in the ground search radius of the home.
We continue to focus on ground search efforts.
They haven't been looked into that much. They would have driven on the road that day.
Focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area.
And the technology that could have been used, well, come to find out, Jeremy Overbank is a licensed radio operator. A licensed radio operator is an individual who has obtained the necessary legal authorization to operate radio communications equipment within a specified frequency range and for specific purposes. So, did he have the power to block a jam radio signal?
Was taking stuff on. I'd call from Dawn and stuff there, and all at once they just over the device, it was like somebody laughed out loud, just real loud. And then when we go back, me and TBI said go back to review what was being recorded, it's been like clean. Just like the joke was on us or something. I don't know what it was. I mean, they can't even figure it out why everything we had on there, then when that light comes through like that, I play it off like it's my phone, you know.
Somebody laughed.
I just out loud, crazy, you know. I mean, it just chills in my spine.
Oh my God.
And John kind of looked at me, and I had my phone in my hand. I said, "Yes, my phone," you know. And then we talked a few more minutes, and I made up with them back here, and we was going to go over some stuff, and they didn't know what was on there. He'd been like fucking clean, and they didn't know the way they had it set up that I could erase anything off of it, you see. And he'd just been a clean slate like that, and nothing else.
But could they hear you guys while you were,
They can't figure out how he got like clean like that. How it lied so much. They even heard the lies, you know.
they were listening while you were over there.
Crazy.
So if you would have like attacked you, they would have known or something.
If somebody done it so high, like I know what I'm really doing, you know, to be able to do some advance in technology at like that, you know what I mean?
Currently using cameras to disrupt enforcement commission, such as police radio, or even block or glitch nearby surveillance equipment.
So you're saying the date is wrong on the SD cards? So now you're saying that the date's wrong on it.
This interference can impede efforts to coordinate responses to criminal activity, gather evidence, or track them motherfucking suspects. Come to think of it, Candace did say she had to call Don, who allegedly not near the home, and ask him to call the authorities, as she did not have any service. And we heard over and over from Ronnie Lawson, the biggest hurdle of the ground search, other than the terrain, is communication failure.
Virtually no cell phone service. The radio system we use, which is not that good, we have very little radio communication. We do have several command posts setting up, but what makes it so hard is the communication between the boots on the ground, searching the woods, and the different agencies and officers, and it's very hard to communicate.
Like many others near Ben Hill Road, Overbay is no longer living next to the well, as we moved on to Kingswood last week. So what do y'all think? That man said, focus on these three things. Tell a way he do shit forward, backwards, sideways, vertical, horizontal. I started with 3. Y'all let me know what y'all think about surveillance, cameras, technology. Y'all think this man might be talking about phone? Or he would just say phone. So, relish to all of it together.
The guy did say some. The man speaking did say that spoke for the 3 years. Did say something about turning over rocks that we didn't even think needed to be turned over. It's weird, you know. They have to know more, because they have to. When they say, "Oh, we're nowhere near close, or no closer than we were 3 years ago," I don't think that's exactly true. Hope it's not. Anyways. Nerdy Addict spoke about the radio blackout over Ben Hill, too. I saw that in Killer's comments. Oh, really? Someone in chat say that someone had a drone up and it instantaneously stopped recording. See, that's crazy. So that is possible. So I guess when somebody's recording something, well, I guess if it was live, okay, that would make sense. I guess, okay. It's like, how could it come over the airwaves, like a laugh come over the airwaves, if you're just recording something? But I just remembered they were listening live too. Law enforcement was listening while the recording was happening at that time. And from my understanding, I think, from what it sounds like law enforcement was listening in too. So that would make sense. That would have to come over airwaves, right? Or that would have to use some kind of radio frequency. I don't know if just recording would have to. He's from Louisiana. That's why he has a strong accent. Remind me after that we watch this, I want to talk about some like major misconceptions in the Summer Wells case when it comes to Fred, especially about his relationship with non-relationship with Don and Candace, like Candace especially. So let's finish this real quick though.
Listen, let me get on something. Let me know in the comments if you like to dig on this subject. Let me know and share any data in the comments. Love y'all. Greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm off today, off tomorrow. Trying to get all the work I had out one time. Ooh.
Okay, so somebody, I hardly ever comments, but I saw a comment yesterday or day before under one of my videos, like, you know, for some reason people are like determined to like change reality when it comes to this case and like certain things that happen. For some reason, you know, people involve Fred, like as far as acting like he was just so great buddies with Don and Candace or something. Somebody had put under the video, all due respect, Ziggy, Don and Candace were both at Fred's the day that Summer went missing, or when Summer went missing. First of all, that is not the way that's worded. It makes it seem like Dawn and Candace were at Fred's when Summer went missing. This person put exactly that. They said when Summer went missing. That is not what happened. How many times do we have to say that Fred had only spoke to Dawn a few times before Summer went missing, and then the day that Summer goes missing, he's down there, and it's like he couldn't get rid of him. Now Candace, and then the Candace was, what the hell does that even mean? Fred didn't see Candace the day that Summer went missing. What does that even mean? Candace was, Fred lives almost a mile down the road, Ben Hill Road. Just because Candace went by there pretending that she was looking for Summer, that doesn't mean that she was at Fred's. Somebody happened to be outside in Fred's driveway and saw Candace. That doesn't mean she was at Fred's. She was pretending to look for Summer. She did that so there would be a witness of her seeing her. So there would be a witness seeing her look for Summer, acting concerned. It was not how does that make anything to do with Fred? Candace was also several other places, other roads. So are you saying because she was also seen on, I think it was Light Holler or Light Road, that whoever saw her out there too, like, meant that the Candace was at their house? Like, that, people need to use their brains. Like, it's just ridiculous. And really, the people that saying that kind of stuff, and I knew the name and stuff, it is always the same names that always has stuff negative to say. They don't ever want to hear the actual truth. For some reason, they want to paint certain people. They want certain things to be true because they don't like me or whatever. So they have to make Fred look like guilty or something. I just don't get people's logic with that. We're trying to figure out what happened to Summer Wells. We need to stick to facts. We can't cause all this confusion. We need to stick to what actually happened. If we keep putting out there things that, like, little, twist of the truth, it causes confusion, and people it's not, we're never going to get answers. People are never going to get answers if we can't just stick to the, the truth. Candace did drive up and down Ben Hill and White Hollow. She was seen by several people. Exactly. And that doesn't. Oh, it's your birthday today? Yeah, I think Fred's commented on a couple of Killer's videos along that they were listening to Ziggy and Fred's calls, and they listen to everyone that's been talking about this case, and that's why they're more. I hope so. I hope that there is more than they knew, they know more than we think. They have to. There's got to be a reason why they're focusing on certain things, Words mixed around can mean a whole different thing. Exactly. We need to stick to what actually, it's like no disrespect. When it starts like that, it's completely disrespect, no disrespect. And then they just like freaking disrespect you when they know that they're being ridiculous and they know that what they're saying is not completely the truth, but they're trying to spin a narrative. And the scary thing about that is there was 21 likes to the comment, and and it was completely not true. So that's other people who supposedly believe that or are spreading that or want to believe that or just want to make Fred look bad. But that's not saying that Dawn and Candace were at Fred's when Summer went missing. That's a complete fabrication. And it makes it seem that's like Dawn went down there after Summer went missing. That was part of his plan. Of course he's going to do that. He was trying to make somebody else look guilty. Who better to put it on than, Fred, who, people know sells drugs. Hopefully. He's talking about Nunya Beeswax. He's talking about law enforcement knowing more than they tell us, Now I'm all nervous about my top. Pulling it up. Get the truth from Candace because she keeps turning crap around, changing stuff. Yes. I think that Killer is onto something here. Keep going, but you need to be careful about what you're doing because there are people that are already not alive that was supposed to You think west of Knoxville? Who's on about Brianna again? Who's Brianna? I'm trying to think what you mean by that. That passed. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. We should start making a list. Hold on, let me see here. We should start making a list. Okay, people who have past surrounding her okay, so got Rick Crawford Sr., Earl Taylor, Allison Mulaney, let's keep, I mean, there's tons. Okay. Well, I'm having a brain fart, but there's so much more. You guys help me out here. Cotton Simpson, Roy Simpson. Okay. Jose, Leslie, and Leslie Hill. Not related to Fred in any way, and no, they were never married, or that's not his ex-wife. So Leslie, I'm just gonna put Leslie because if I put Hill, like, people will think Brianna. Is she surrounding? Oh, that's right. Tree trimmer guy passed. One of the guys I interviewed. I put Rick Crawford Sr., that first one. Allegedly, Allie. Those people are alive, Rhonda. I'm trying to remember the tree trimmer's name that passed. He's young. But was started. I know there's a lot more very sex. I'm not sure really who that is, but oops, what did I do to my? Who's Jerry McCain? Breonna Taylor. That's a different. Why is it? Look at this. Why is it doing that? What the heck? I don't know why it's all of a sudden, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't know who that is. Work with Dawn. McLean. Jerry McLean. Okay. I know there's a lot more than this. We'll think of it. There's tons more in this. Childress. Yes, there you are. Childress. That's right. Tree trimmer. Oh, how about should I put Jody Sue's brother and dad? I mean, and dad, right? I think did her dad pass? I think too. Biker's name. Who's Nikki Collins? Jody Sue's dog. Hey, me and Fred were talking about something like that. Something is that dog that for some reason Andy had that was missing. David Bay's dog, who had been missing, was spotted with Andy the day Summer went I think, was it the day of Fred or the next day? Or no, it might have been the 17th when he took off and it was gone for like a few weeks. Never saw the dog again. We kind of wondered, those bones that we called in, that, by the way, another very, very, once again, let me say, another huge misconception is that bones thing was fake and a joke and set up. No, it was not. It was it absolutely was not. They roped that shit off like it was a crime scene, you guys. They roped it off like a crime scene. They were sitting there picking which bones to collect and which ones to leave. People can believe whatever they want, but no, it was not a joke. We kind of wondered. Now, some of those bones were animal but we wondered. Think about it. If you're trying to, all these bones were crushed up. If you're trying to make something, you could blend in bone, like human bones with animal bones, and people would probably think, oh, it's just an animal. It was just weird how it was like, you could tell like it was in a burn pile. And anyways, we were kind of wondering if it was that dog that Andy had. I don't know. That was just something we thought of. Candace claims, Candace allegedly told Granny Bean. Who's Granny Bean? Oh, Dawn. That they owed Fred like $1,500 for dope. This was said around the time just before the boys were taken. She tried to bring it to your chat one night, but you weren't too happy about what? She tried to bring it to your chat one night, but you weren't too happy about what she said, so she left chat. We both call it bullshit, but wonder why she wanted to throw Fred under the bus so bad. And also to get Fred's thought on that, because Candace and Dawn claimed they wore a wire 2 on Fred. A few months later, Fred was arrested. So the date of Fred's sales was at the end of 2021. He wasn't arrested till 2023. But yeah, we don't know. He definitely knows that his arrest it all was because of Summer Wells case, and he knows who snitched on him and, wrote the statements. I have the statements here. We know who it is, but Fred looks at it as kind of a blessing in disguise, so, but as far as Fred, did they owe you $1,500? Supposedly, Candace told Granny Bean that, aka Dawn, I remember her, that they owed, okay. Hey, Connie. Nick E. Collins was way before Summer went missing. Oh, really? Wild Bill. Well, Bill Shipley, Bill Benton, they're still alive. Bill Shipley's wife, but I don't know if that could count really related to Summer Wells. I don't know. I mean, I could put it down just to write it down, or just to. So Bill Shipley's ex-wife, which I think is being investigated because they don't believe that was natural. Dawn has never owed me for drugs. Yeah, exactly. Like I've said, guys, that couldn't have been true. Candace could not have owed Fred. Candace did not talk to Fred. Fred didn't talk to Candace. Fred didn't talk really to Dawn either. We're talking about a few times over several years, like rare occasions. They maybe, he's towing a vehicle for or getting a vehicle off Dawn or something. I don't know. Maybe here's Dawn's getting rid of something, or maybe everybody knows that Fred works on vehicles and stuff. So people come to him and offer a lot of times him things for, and he'll buy it or whatever. Never sold any to Andy or Jody Sue either. The bones were all animal. Fred doesn't. I'm not going to say anything on that because I'm not going to say anything. I don't know for sure. They're not going to tell us really, but they were collecting them. They did collect some and they did rope it off and like it was a crime scene. And yeah, but we don't know really what happened with it. Fred's under the assumption that some of them were suspicious, but there was definitely, yes, some of them were definitely animal bones. Andy didn't sell a turf floor. I don't really think so. I think that I think Andy was into different stuff, really, mainly like cocaine or I don't know about cocaine, but like weed and pills and weed and pills. You know what's weird though? Did anybody see those screenshots that Jody? How did she mark out things right before Fred's name? And I want to know what that was. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Just look at, we were just saying it, mentioning how Childress, the tree trimmer, passed away. What's that mean? Just like at Childress, I guarantee you were smoking or snorting meth. Well, maybe they were into. I was wanting to. Where's the one where it mentions Fred? Oh, look, this dog right here. This dog right here. Is this David Bay's dog? The one that was missing? Oh, no, this is from 2018. I'm glad I have you as a neighbor. Can I ask for a better person than you and your family? No problem. She doesn't. How do we know what this is? Anyways, she marks out things. Why? What do you have to hide? I don't understand. Where's the one? Right here. What is she talking about? So blank Fred? It's probably liquid at the bottom of a 20-ounce bottle. Had to be somebody in the road who bought them the dope because nobody came in or out last night. And then it says, and this is in 2018. So why did she, what could she have to possibly mark out right in front of Fred's name? What could she, I mean, we know she's not going to be like protecting Fred. What is she marking out there? What could possibly... Hey, Lip Lock. I think she was showing her camera and caught the boys walking up the hill. But why would she mark that out, though, guys? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to mark out it's. Of course, I guess she doesn't make a lot of sense many times, so maybe it's... I don't know. I mean, if you're going to mark out it's, you might as well mark out the whole thing. You know what I mean? But Fred's name's right there. It doesn't make sense. Like, anybody, just because you mark out it's, that doesn't change anything. But maybe she thought it. He was, okay, right here. Last night, what do you mean after giving his name? That's where maybe he had a warrant. Hard to tell. We still don't talk to none of them. I didn't think he lived down there anymore, though. Wait, up here it says, by the way, Blink ran from the roadblock in our road at about 4 a.m. after giving his name. This was June 16th, 2021. It says, last night, what do you mean after giving his name? That's weird. Maybe he had a warrant. Hard to tell. We still don't talk to none of them. I didn't think he lived there anymore. Says he was coming in for Fred dope. No license, bad tag, but they were looking at or caring about shit like that. So if he just chilled out, he'd been fine and let in without any issue. They were only looking in cars for summer. That's it. And he stopped his name, but then took off when the cops stepped back. Maybe I'm not lying and shading his maybe I'm not lying, shadiness from them, and the kids make me think the worst. Going into my head too far and being dramatic or paranoid about them. I just don't know anymore. I still thought until today that they were most likely innocent and just being lying cons like always. But that interview in the review just hits me wrong. And it says, yes, that interview really bothers me. Combined with sense about newly appearing in places of Ben Hill off and on through the first few weeks, seeing how heavy rains. In spots I knew Donnie to have been visiting, but like on purpose while trying to set up Fred, it seemed, and sort of only saying neighbor in the singular, trying to spotlight him at that point, I thought. Now it has continued to develop into neighbors, plural, plus continue to lie about the search and all of us in the road consenting. And the noises and crazy stuff happening over there in our road all at night. My cam being deleted. You didn't have a camera. And the noises and crazy stuff happening over there in our road at night. Knowing for a fact Don has been creeping onto our property at night since this and probably well before. I just do not trust them. And I just don't trust them, and their motives for continuing to lie and do what it looks like they are trying to do are suspicious to me. You know, everyone in that road too. You know, none of us refuse searches except Fred, maybe, and he's in a camper, not a house, so dogs would know without searching because he said he let them in. Except Fred. Where did it come from? Fred, is that true? I've never heard that. Never heard that. Right here, plus he said he let them. Okay, if he said that, it's true. But I know what they keep saying about pissing everyone in Ben Hill off. I was outside when that went down. I told you there was no gunshots like Donnie said. This says, I used to be the newspaper carrier on the route Summer lives on. I recently changed routes and a new carrier took over. Anyways, approximately 3:30 this morning, Donald Wells chased them out of the hauler and up Simpson Loop while they were delivering with their hazard lights on, claiming they were stalking him and his property. They never did that to us, and we own a 2000 maroon Tacoma. He's definitely got a guilty conscience, just saying. Why else would he be up? Maybe he's innocent and just can't sleep as he claims. I just don't believe it. I hate online Scooby-Doos in the world. These people suck. But Dawn is stupid. There was no need to make up gunshots. No need to make up a scream either, Judy Sue. There was a Harley in there causing trouble last night. Loud as fuck. Couldn't miss it. Where was Donnie then? The only time Donnie seems to be outside or willing to come off that hill is right after or before Fred, which coincided with the paper guys 2 nights because he and Fred have changed time frames from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. What the fuck's that mean? The only time Donnie seems to be outside or willing to come off that hill is right after or before Fred. Right after or before Fred? Which coincided with the paper guy 2 nights ago because he and Fred have changed time frames. What does that even mean? Dan, let me know. Did bitch bring my money? Nope, not a word. Okay, yeah, we read that one. Well, okay, so this is June 26th. What? 2021. Well, just go back to your parents then. And yeah, but Fred came in and now he's in woods and Reaper is losing his shit. Onway, love you. I just do not get what the fuck is up with Fred and them. But this is getting weirder by the day, and he's paranoid as fucking super extra right now. Plus, them showing up or being wherever we are is being odd. What? Anyway, Jody Sue. Do not get what the fuck is up with Fred and them. It's getting weirder by the day, and he's paranoid as fuck. Okay. And just chilling at our mailbox at times. He knows you leave for work, looking for dogs he doesn't own and smirking. Oh, yeah, when he knows you leave. Okay. I have a strange gut feeling that all of this has set his crazy into full tilt mode and we're all in danger. They should have let only the locals deal with Fred. They knew how to ask shit without pinpointing others or giving him info and people and kicking in his crazy. And that shit I heard last night, I'm telling you. Dude, she sounds really paranoid. Pulled over so could text you so I can get that list of shit you want, but I'm not shit, but pot and the pill about every other day and maybe one when paid. Yeah, right. After you dropped enough weight to maybe try to fuck a random bitch first and gave your bubble and last dope to blank weeks before that drug test. Strange how the weight loss stopped, how you were no longer blank awake while you what? Can that move? I can't see. I've never, in almost 3 decades with you, seen your nose run because you smoke. A dab sometimes, sure, but not smoke. And you keep trying to use that bullshit line on me lately. Blank, get off of whatever goddamn dope or extra pills you're doing at work with the rest of those crackheads, or we can go, or the job does. Just like at Childress, I guarantee you were smoking or snorting meth. I'm sure there's meth or pills in your pocket. So, and if you, okay, this is back in 2018. Hey, Lisa. And if you think your other whores are less needy and stressful like you cry to me about when you get caught, then that shows what kind of nasty, trashy skanks you keep trying to stick your dick in, which is probably exactly why this shit happened after you fucking your trashy grandma on a boat. Well, leaving me here sick and alone and pretending to fucking work. Yeah, I'm sure there's meth and pills in your pocket too, fucking dope head. Fuck you, don't do meth or pills. You know that this shit. Goddamn, how bad it's snowing there. Because goddamn, no, I don't know. You can't be trusting. Nothing about you is real or believable. You made sure of it by doing shitty, I don't know. Wouldn't it be this far if you didn't freak every time I get upset or raise my voice? Does it matter if your family can't eat and survive or even have running water or safe electricity because of your addictions? No, don't want to hear that you are the one that pays it all is why they can't have it. And now bills can't even be kept up because everyone is carrying everything basic as well, because you no longer do that either because of your addictions. You're fucking everyone on all sides. You spend everything on green and wrap everything in gas to run to dipshits in time. And that imaginary $20 a day you keep trying to make me believe is still being taken. And that raise that was never given but actually was all going to dope every day, most likely pills from Chris or John. Plus, God knows how much else you spend from selling shit out the back door and stealing from people's cars. Dude, fuck you, go to hell. You're an addict, many varieties. It is old. So this was in January of 2021. Maybe texting and having a real conversation with your bitch at home the way you do complete strangers and low bitches. You might have something. Don't want to hear your bullshit. Thanks, bye. She says, I'm just over it. That made my stomach roll last time you did it, but I let it go. Second time, it isn't an oopsie. It really disturbs me and makes my skin crawl.
Cover me in sunshine.
All right. She stayed for over 25 years. Yeah, that's her. She did. I don't know. And it's weird. I don't know. I'm still think it's strange how their relationship just fell apart when it did. I don't watch Jodie Sue on a normal, but look in from time to time and she looks as if she's lost. I think she goes up and down in weight a lot, probably. I mean, from what I've noticed, it seems like. Somebody emailed me and said 1 minute Candace didn't know Fred, then other times she knew him and talked to him multiple times about Summer's disappearance, then acted like she was scared of him. Yeah, she's never talked to Fred about Summer's disappearance, ever. Just like she didn't even really talk to law enforcement. I mean, for some reason, Candace doesn't like talking about Summer. the scent dogs hit at the end of Fred's driveway and other places, like other places on the road, a couple other places, like at this. They said the law enforcement told Fred that they figured it was because when Dawn or Candace came down there or something. It was just at the end of the driveway. It wasn't up by the property. So if Fred's has a meeting right now, or he could answer that better because he knows all the places they hit. But it wasn't just at the end of Fred's driveway. And it was scent dogs, so it was not cadaver dogs. No, I don't. Nunez, no, I don't. Not at all. No. She had, if her scent was down there, it would have had to have been transferred from somebody else. She didn't walk all the way down there. Just like Candace didn't walk down there. It was, they drove. It's a mile down the road. She didn't just walk out of Fred's property. We're talking about, you guys got to remember what was happening at the end of Fred's driveway, you know, seeing Andy on the road and those other cars going down there. That's right by the end of Fred's driveway. Where these people, I don't know, seem to be going, including Andy. It didn't make sense. Jody Sue said that Andy sedated children on top of the hill. Then later, over on PG's, she lied, said she didn't say it. She said it because I heard. Yes, she said it. Yeah, the bridge. This it's like this little bridge where I'm trying to explain where it is. Okay, so it's like after you pass Simpson Loop, and it's before you get to. I'm afraid I'm going to be wrong. I don't want to say it. I think it's before anybody's property. Like once you pass Simpson Loop. Like, yeah, but you remember when Jody Sue put out those, she has screenshots up now too, where she put out, and she was saying how, and she's also said on her channel how these people came by and offered these girls, like open the back door of a van where there were scared girls in there or something, like young girls, and offered to sell them to Andy. What? Does people just come up to you guys and offer you kids for sale? My guess is there was a reason why this person offered Andy. Like, you don't just go up to somebody unless you know, something like that. I'm not sure, Beautiful Disaster, which you'd have to tell me which, like, if you're talking about, I don't know which. Fred's like one of the furthest neighbors away from Dawn. Neighbor, if you want to call it. So, way down the road. Nikki Collins died 4/24/22. I don't know who that is. What does she have to do with Summer Wells? Nikki Collins. Yeah, she did die in 2022. Sheena Nicole Collins of Blair's Gap. Never even seen this woman before. Why? Who is she to the Summer Wells? Fred was a neighbor at the creek. No. Fred wasn't even there. Hey, OG. Even if she was just showing the girls, don't you think that's weird? You know what I mean? Like, that's weird. Obviously, if you're going to show somebody something like that, they're obviously cool with it. Diana Bay's daughter. Fred was the name. No. I don't. When was anybody? I don't even remember anybody ever saying anything about a neighbor being with Jody Sue by the creek. I have never heard that. Well, it doesn't matter what. Either way. No, I don't think that's. I think a lot of what she said is actually partially true about Andy. I'm sure some stuff is exaggerated, but the stuff about him going out to Knoxville and stuff, I mean, it's pretty strange. And, these prostitutes, and then the stuff that's came out about him, and then him being on the road the day, allegedly. He said he was coming. What? He never said that, Nunya. Why are you saying these things? What does that mean? I don't know what that means at all, Nunya. That doesn't sound like anything I remember. Come clean. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Now, Fred had to watch what he said because they were really screwing with him. So he was careful about what he talked about on the phone and stuff. He was afraid, like, what he could say and stuff like that, especially about the cotton stuff and Summer Wells. He really didn't tell me, like, the whole cotton story until after he got out. Well, not after, just after he got out of jail. Is Don Sherfy Yeah, I was out mowing. Meep. Yeah, I don't know either. It's probably what really happens is a lot of times people hear things like chatterings, people just talking about the case and stuff, and they think that they remember hearing it a certain way because they heard somebody else talking about it, and I'm guilty of it too. I have the worst memory. That's why, when asking me things, you guys gotta remember I'm not Fred. Just because I'm now married to him, I was not there on that day, to witness the stuff myself. And I'm going by my memory of what Fred's told me, and my memory is not very good. So it's always best to ask Fred on certain things. But some of the stuff that some of you guys come up with, like I've never heard before, and it seems so like out there. Some of the stuff, it just seems so like I've never heard anything like that. Mm. Let me see here. All right, here I'm checking this email. Oh, this must be okay, and let me pull it up here. After I do that, I probably will go here in a second because I need to figure out something for dinner. I am going to go live and do readings tonight. Trying to pull up an email real quick for you guys. Sorry. So, okay. Are these supposed to be all the places where, okay. So you guys look, 110's all the way down here. And Fred is all the way down here. Like, or all the way right down here. I think this is I don't know what this is though. I don't know what that is showing. Is that supposed to be around the bridge? That's it. It would be. Oh shit! There's Christy Vincent and her new granddaughter again. I didn't mean to switch over to that, but let me pull that map back up. Where's the bridge one? I don't see the bridge marked on here. The bridge would have been like maybe like around here or something. Or like around this area. Right here that's the Redmonds. Maybe that's one you are talking about, that at the end of Fred's driveway, maybe. My stomach's growling so bad. What campsite is that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's just like an area, the area. I was looking for okay, but that helps, like with I see what you're saying. It helps. What do I charge for readings? It's a $20 minimum donation to PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. And it takes at least 30 minutes. The bridge is at the edge of the screen, like all the way down here. Yeah, I don't even think I don't think this is down further enough. I don't know. Way down this way. But yeah, you guys see how far people you calling Fred a neighbor? This is up here, right here, 110. Okay, we're way up here in the sky like a bird. Fred's all the way down here. That's, I mean, a neighbor. Okay. I guess in the country, I guess is kind of considered a neighbor because you guys don't have real, like, actual neighbors. Jam. Right, hair curlers. It's not like there's a lot of land between. Exactly. It's a lot of land. Even between 110 and the Bernards, like she has marked right here. Even where even the distance between those two is, I mean, you can't see. You even when you're at the driveway of 110, you can't see the Bernard property. You can't even see the Bernard property at the bottom of the driveway of 125. You can't see it at all. 110, you can see from Beach Creek and a little. Yeah, you can see the house a little bit from Beach Creek, and you can kind of see it, but you can't see who's out there and stuff. It's not showing 207. Yeah, I didn't know if that was, but still, it gives an idea. You know, the map gives us an idea, and do appreciate. It gives an idea so people would see, like, just how far certain areas were. You know, when we're saying neighbor, Morrison Cemetery is right here across the street where Fred's parents are. And which is interesting. That's, what's Morrison too. Does that ring a bell with anybody else? Like, a lot of people believe PG's a Morrison. Is she related to these people? That's concerning. I have up where she called herself Kathy. So, I was so sure about the Patricia thing, but I guess you guys are right. She's definitely Kathy. And so that means that her last name is definitely, that on the screen. So, are you related to these people? That's like, Which side of the shed? I don't know. But as far as anybody being with Jody Sue when she was at the creek, I thought she was by herself, from my understanding. On Jody Sue's legs. Yeah, and the dogs hit at her feet. So why aren't people getting more on? To me, that's more suspicious than at the end of somebody's driveway. And you guys got to remember, too, Candace was down there. Dawn was down there, too, pretending, to care and act like concerned. But really, he was just going down there to, I think, get away from law enforcement, probably, when he went down there to Fred's and sit there and act like, oh, I'm going to go check out the local meth dealer. And really, seem to focus on Fred. It's weird. Everybody on that road's a freaking dope dealer in some kind of capacity. Janice. I posted a short where she referred to herself. It was back in October of 2021 or November 2021, and she called herself Kathy. It was clear as day. I mean, I remember, after hearing it, it recalled, I could remember, it kind of refreshed my memory. And I remember it happening and being like, oh my gosh, she just said her name, and I tried to just so not pay attention to it and not bring attention to it. Candace said on the couch the other night that Dawn has never physically harmed her, only verbally. Right. Yeah, exactly, everyone. So, to point out one dope dealer, all the way down there, there's a reason. He was trying to distract, and he was trying to, Don knew he was guilty and knew something. So he had to do something. He had to come up with something to try to get the attention off him. Play that short. So back in October of 2021, October 18th, 2021, this is just a short I made where she says her name.
About keeping up with things. So please come back to me, Ziggy, and say, hey, Kathy, you was going to tell us about keeping up with things.
Keeping up with things, okay.
With Donald's. I'm going to tell you guys about keeping up with things. So please come back to me, Ziggy, and say, hey, Kathy, you was going to tell us about keeping up with things.
Keeping up with things, okay.
With Donald, with you guys about keeping up with things. So please come back to me, Ziggy, and say, hey, Kathy, you was going to tell us about keeping up with things.
Keeping up with things, okay.
With Donald's.
So, yeah, I think that pretty much, it was a mic drop. The Scent Alert is on Richard's property across from John Smith. The scent alert is on Richard's property. What do you mean scent alert? Well, the other neighbor, I think, was I think at one point that Don, or was it Sherfy? That I think he was out there at one point with Jody Sue. I have heard something like that, but okay. So across the scent alert, it's on Richard's property across from John Smith. So John Smith, which is Andy's mother's brother. Let's see. I'm trying to think here. Where would that be? Right about here? Right here where she has this red. There you go, Don Chambers. Chambers, that's right. Don Chambers. Don Chambers could have been out there at some point around Judy Sue, but I don't think anybody, So Fred's saying this is correct here where this is put. So right around here. And that's weird. How would her scent get all the way over there? Yeah, I'm going to start keeping this list here. And I'll keep it up and so I can, or I'll save it and I'll pull it up every time I think of somebody else that's passed away. Because I know there's way more than this. Did Grand Bun pass away? You know, there was always like conflicting rumors on that. The Bean Station killer was caught today at his house in Morristown and found out today that both guys was mutilated and bodies have not been released yet. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, Fred watches Killer Looks videos. He doesn't know him, but he knows of him. Taken through the woods, and that would be a long through the woods, like. Grandma's okay. Grandpa's alive. Okay. I thought after I was there, I thought for some reason, why did I think that one of them, that Sherry's mom passed away, which would be Grandbun. I know we have a lot more people that's passed away than just this on the list. Has anybody looked into Summerwell scribble maps on Google? Who made them? Scribble maps. Oh, I see what you're talking about. I've never seen this before, I don't think. Look how Bell Road comes out here. You think maybe somebody drove down this road, Bell Road, and walked through? That would be possible. Diana, I guess I forgive you. Yeah, probably, Lady May. Well, that is interesting. I've never seen these maps. Warriors Path State Park, 1882 Fall Creek Road. I'm not sure what that is. Beach Creek Road. Yeah, it's pretty. It looks accurate to me. Then the blue circles are places she's been. Huh. Gum Springs Road and Old Blair's Gap. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out what these circles are. Lone Star. What's that? Hunter's grandma. Sherry's mom passed away. Sherry passed away? No, I don't think Sherry passed away. Hunter's grandma, that would be Grandbun. That's what I heard too. I heard that too. But that's why I was wondering but there's been always confusion like surrounding that, whether or not it's true. So I don't know. Cam did one like that. Oh, okay. It could have been made by Cam. Sherry and well, we know Allie and Leslie did. Sherry passed away? I don't think Sherry passed away. Cassandra is Hunter's great grandmother. Huh. I didn't know she passed away. I'll have to look into that. But guys, I am gonna go because I've got to figure out something for Sherry's Hunter's grandmother passed away. You can guarantee the streets YouTube would have been on fire. Yeah, I don't think Sherry did. All right, guys, I'm going to go. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And if anybody is interested in reading, I will be going on Empress Ziggy here soon. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you later.